Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another reading. And this week is special because we are now in September. The Eclipse Portal is now open. Things are going to get a bit shaky from now on. Doesn't mean in a bad way. It just means you might be ungrounded a bit because, from the last eclipse, I moved to a different country, right? So that is pretty ungrounding. It was amazing. It's exactly what I wanted, but it was just like a lot of like things happening at the same time. So you just might want to ground yourself. I'm not saying you're moving country, it's just that for some of you, it may be a time to take extra special care on your grounding routines and really kind of put yourself in them, right? Just to start that off with. So we have Um, the next eclipse that we have is coming up on 7th of September, which is actually next week, and I'll do a reading closer to that as well, but let's see what we have because the portal is already open, so the messages will be relevant for that portal itself, for the eclipse reading itself, but it's just that you're probably feeling the effects of it right now. So let's get right into it. What are we getting? Oh gosh. Okay, so King of Pentacles. Grounding energy, wisdom, money. For this, I also get you may have mastered an art that you are in. Maybe you're someone who has mastered something that you are doing, a skill that you have been doing that is now able to bring the money in because you are now the authority figure in that field, in that thing. So, because you are that authority in that field, that has allowed you to bring is now going to allow you to bring the money that you deserve for those things. So especially if you've been like learning a craft for a long time, for example, say you've been learning astrology, say you've been learning you're a nail tech and you have been doing other people's nails and now you've been doing it for a long time for free or just people just pay you whatever they can or something like that, but now you're trained, fully done, you can do it really well. Now it's time for you to step into the authority figure. That's what I'm getting here. The student has now become a teacher. You are now a teacher or some sort of an authority figure in your sector, your skills-based environment or your workplace, or even if you work for yourself, maybe now you have the authority, the skills, and like the experience to be able to guide others if you are in that sort of environment or stepping into that role. So this is brilliant. It means money can come through the skills that you have, not necessarily just the job that you do. I don't want to say just the job, like, that is actually quite important, but not based on the job that you have necessarily, right? This is going to be based on the skills that you have. We do have Four of Cups afterwards. Four of Cups, which I love this card. Four of Cups is this card depiction is quite a bit different. Normally, Four of Cups is all about when you're somehow ungrateful for something. I don't get the message that's the case for this card at all. In fact, this is quite a direct, piercing look here, Four of Cups here. I'm going to read the image here because I don't even get that message. So the message here that I'm getting from this image is there is a dark side to you, but a light side to you. And this is not a bad thing. The dark side is your assertive, your dark feminine energy. You're very much like um not afraid to set boundaries. If you're familiar with tarot, this is the Queen of Swords energy here. And then you have this lighter side, which is actually red here, but actually we're going to go with that. That's the message I'm getting here, which is the side of you that is more nurturing, the healing, the kind version of you, Not that the dark feminine isn't kind. It's more like you're just very warm, like a healing presence to be around. You are now both. You are now both in your body. You have learned to master both. You have learned to be both. And now you are in your power to step out as that version of you. Then we do get Five of Pentacles, is which is such a funny depiction that we have here. Someone's like, give me some money. Some of you are like, I need money now. Maybe some of you are really kind of like, when is it going to arrive? It's been a long, long time. And the message that I'm getting here is that this is, and you even get Queen of Pentacles after that, which couldn't be better. Queen of Pentacle. I read, or recently I was watching a tarot reader, and the way he described Queen of Pentacles was quite unique. I've never heard anyone else describe it that way, which is that it's also a card of resourcefulness. So resourceful sometimes can also be a bit frugal. Maybe until this time you have mastered living on less, you know? And that's sometimes not a bad thing. I remember that having that time for myself at one point where, um, as someone who has a Taurus moon and as someone who absolutely loves like luxurious things, I like to have my comfort and I like things. And it's not that it was that I was like out on the streets, but what I'm trying to say is that when the money is tight and you can't really necessarily like do the things that you used to do. That kind of feeling, right? And for some of you, this might be even more extreme. Everyone has different levels. Maybe for some of you, it's like, gosh, I don't know how I'm going to pay that bill or that rent. That's the energy I'm getting here for Five of Pentacles, and you've been in this energy for a long time. But you do get Queen of Pentacles, and gosh, I'm stuttering, King of Pentacles as well, right at the beginning, which is that you have in this time been building the skills that is going to bring you the money. You have been honing your craft. You have been learning all the lessons, working through those lessons, and now it's time for that money to come in. That's something I get very clearly here. That you've been working on something for quite a while. Two of Wands, future card. Don't mind the imagery. This is my Berlin deck. I got it in um a really cool. Oh, did I get it in? I've definitely bought it in Berlin. But I don't think the artist is from Berlin. But I love the deck. And Two of Wands is about your future, your kind of like I'm kind of getting the message that this week or in this eclipse portal, you're like right now, like here, holding on to this kind of like past bit, and this is you looking in the future and trying to step into the future. You have this two like facets of you that are kind of depicting like, okay, I want to move in this direction, but there is still part of you holding on to it, but it won't be for long. This eclipse is going to eliminate that so that you can propel forward into the direction that you need to. And that's coming very soon. So yeah, King of Swords, very much King of Swords is the energy I'm trying to see here is it's just funny because this artist has depicted each card in a very different way, and I'm trying to interpret them as well as kind of going back to the meanings that I know personally, what that card conveys. But I'm going to try and do with the artist depiction. So the thing that I get here is with King of Swords is someone very much in their power. Again, I get the honing your craft thing. Even though we've just talked about it, King of Swords is all about this is like I'm gonna go and do whatever I have set my mind to. I've worked hard on this. I know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go do that. Like, there's no questions about it. I'm gonna go and step into that version of me and I'm just gonna go do that thing, right? Maybe it's like your family doesn't approve. Maybe your partner or society or like the job that you work at don't really look at you in the same light as you see yourself when you are doing that thing. Like me doing tarot readings, right? The way I feel about doing them is just that I'm in pure alignment. It doesn't ever feel like work. It doesn't feel like I have to record it. It's more like, oh, it's time. It's just so in line with my soul. And that's what I feel about someone else out there. You are so in line with your soul when you're doing your kind of like just the soul-led mission. You are on this path, and then but you do have criticism or you do have people who don't necessarily approve, but you're so happy with this path that you don't want to step out of it. And that's the message I'm getting here, that you are kind of like, well, if they're going to say something, they may as well just not be in my life then, kind of thing, right? Not be in my life. You know what I mean? Like setting boundaries. So King of Swords is very much also about setting boundaries and also being very like very wise. King of Swords energy is very wise, and this is not a decision that has come to you just out of the blue. It's come to you through experience and really like having gone through living other people's idea of what your life should look like. You lived that and you were like, oh, that doesn't make me happy. So now you are so clear about what you're creating next or what you want to do next because you have lived the opposite. You've lived by other people's rules, you've lived by other people's ideas of what your life should look like. And now you're like, no more, that's not going to happen because I want to step into my power and build what I want now. So there's this bit of a clash that I'm getting. And that clash may come across in the eclipse, but it's not to worry. It's actually for your highest good, and it's actually propelling you to fully step into this path. And other people do have to, well, they don't have to accept you, but they do have to be respectful of what your wishes are. And yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Let's get a couple more cards. We got money and your like career, the world. Oh, someone's going to be traveling. I just love this artist work. Some of you are going to be traveling. Some of you are going to be traveling to somewhere, perhaps where you have already been before. The reason I don't know why I said that, but it does kind of like I love the black depiction here just because I'm feeling this energy very much. You're traveling to somewhere where you've not been, sorry, where you have been before. You have had a connection to this place. Most likely abroad. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. It could be like somewhere like, within the same country, but just a place where you have been before, but it's not like just like a day, like just like, oh, well, look, it's a day trip kind of thing, we just go there. It's not quite like that. It's very much like a travel of that is going to evoke something within you. Maybe that's like the next level spiritual awakening. Maybe that's like someone's there. When you travel, you're going to meet someone or meet certain people who are going to be guiding you towards your next steps. That's what I'm getting. Basically, if you're in this energy of like, I don't know what's coming next, your next travel, which may be like within the next 2 to 3 months or so is going to reveal a lot for your life. Yeah, interesting. Maybe it's time to book a vacation. For some of you, it might be a time of booking a booking a vacation. Okay, next let's get these cards. Ooh. Oh my God, I just dropped it. I think it says mountains. It's far, far away. It says mountains on it. Maybe someone's traveling to the mountains. Is someone heading to a ski trip or something like that, in this kind of wintry time? Yeah, someone's traveling to the mountains. She-Wolf, unleash the w wild within. It's funny because the card that just dropped, I thought that was the wolf card, but it wasn't. And then I just looked at it funny, but actually here I get She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. Yeah, the new moon, full moon, eclipses that are coming. Maybe your next level liberation. Grow within your current situation. Ooh, I like that. I think that one's quite self-explanatory that you have gained such wisdom already through like all the stuff that you've been through in your life, and now you are kind of in a similar situation as before, or maybe it's like not similar, but it's like just like the pressure cooker is right now getting really, really like the pressure is getting too much, basically, is what I'm saying here. And now you're kind of like, I can only grow within my current situation. I have nowhere to escape right now. It's not about escaping, it's actually about growing through this situation. And maybe that looks like really staying in your power and saying, no, no, I'm not going to step into that role. I'm not going to like give up my hopes and dreams just because it doesn't look like the idea that other people had of me, or I'm not gonna give up my like hobby or something that brings me so much joy because just so that others can feel a bit better or they can feel like not embarrassed, you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting here. It's very much like growing through your current situation. You've done enough people pleasing, is what I'm saying. It's now to time to just step into your power. Okay, let's get cards from this oracle deck. So we have, it's okay to feel feelings. Yeah. So let's get a couple more cards. I have support. You do have support. You have so much support that you might not even realize right now. And that support is really guiding you towards your mission. Gosh, I dropped this card. You are always shifting. Is the card that I got. Again, there's an image of on this card of a um look it down on of mountains again. Mountains are very significant right now. Maybe someone's traveling to the mountains or some sort of like there's I don't know, but there's a connection with the mountains here that I'm getting a lot. So some of you may want to think about that. What do mountains mean to you? Maybe you're traveling somewhere like that, and maybe that brings you some sort of the next level answers. And wouldn't that be amazing, right? Because um, I just have a calendar and I wanted to check what comes up here. Oh, no, it's September. Um, your next level is going to be revealed through to you through some sort of travel, and maybe that evokes certain feelings within you. Maybe that situation or something, evokes certain feelings within you, and kind of like almost like I'm getting like you may have your next level spiritual awakening, which is what I said before, and I think somehow this card links to that. Um, but you do have support in this time. There's a lot of support given to you through people. You have channels like these. You have, of course, you can have a look at my coaching programs. That is also live. So you do have support. It is not necessarily that you don't. It's just that um, the navigation of your next path or next level in the path is not the easiest, is what I'm saying. But you are wiser than before, so you already have all the tools. Yeah, that's probably why it's not the easiest because you are the authority. You are very much in your power now and leading. You're in the driver's seat, basically. So you can't necessarily just ask others for guidance per se, because, and especially if you have the guidance kind of cut off, it's because you're meant to lead. Yeah. Okay. Interesting messages. Gosh, for some of you who have been in a money drought, things are going to be okay. Things are coming. Things are really, really coming and shifting because it very much seems like this was a lesson for you about frugality, about really getting to know what how to be resourceful, how to be, especially if you're going to be in a business or like entrepreneurship, stepping into that, you're going to have to learn to be somewhat resourceful. And that was the lesson here. And now that you have learned that lesson, universe is going to reward you, especially because you dedicated that time to really hone your craft and hone your skills in that craft, which puts you in a position of authority. The student is now the teacher. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'm going to be doing some more around the eclipses. Let's see, my intuitive powers do get quite loud around this point, so I'll probably be putting out more videos than normal. And yeah, but I hope these help you, and if it does, do make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I have a small following, but every subscriber counts, and it gives me much more support to keep putting more content out there, that will help you in stepping into your next level. So I hope you have a nice week and I see you in the next one.